What would you do if life as you planned it disappeared in an instant? Sarah had it all: a loving husband, two beautiful children, and a future full of promise. But one tragic moment left her navigating the stormy waters of single motherhood, where grief, judgment, and resilience collided. Today, as I prepare two comforting meals, a simple breakfast of sandwiches and a hearty dinner of honey-glazed chicken with homemade fries, I will tell you Sarah's story. It's one of heartbreak, hope, and a quiet courage it takes to build a family. Stay with me. This is one story you don't want to miss.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Sarah's mornings always began in the kitchen, a place that had become her sanctuary. The sizzle of bacon on the pan, the soft crunch of freshly toasted bread, and the aroma of her children's favorite fillings brought her a sense of purpose, a comforting routine in an otherwise chaotic life. This morning, she was preparing breakfast, a chicken sandwich for her son Michael and a bacon sandwich for her daughter Emily. Michael, now 8-year-old, had inherited his father's love for anything crispy, whilst Emily, at 5, adored bacon, just like her mom. As Sarah worked, her hands busy but her mind drifting, she remembered the mornings where Mark would stand by her side, teasing her about putting too much butter on the bread or stealing bites before the food was ready. Mark's laughter had once filled their home. Now it was just an echo. Sarah and Mark had a love story many envied. They met in their final year at university, and what started as late-night chats over coffee quickly blossomed into a relationship full of laughter and shared dreams. After graduation, they married and started their lives together. Mark was an engineer and Sarah became a teacher. Their lives were simple but filled with joy. They welcomed Michael first, and 3 years later, Emily completed their family. They were the picture of happiness, weekends, family picnics, bedtime stories, and kitchen dance-offs while preparing dinner. But life doesn't always go as planned. It was a rainy Wednesday evening when Sarah's world came crashing down. Mark was driving home from work, eager to catch dinner with the family, when a speeding truck collided with his car. Sarah still remembered the phone call, the trembling voice on the other end, the rush to the hospital, and the cold clinical words of the doctor. We did everything we could. In that moment, her perfect world shattered. She felt the air leave her lungs, her knees buckling beneath her. Mark was gone, and with him, the life she thought they shared was gone too. The days following Mark's death were a blur. Friends and family came with casseroles and condolences, but the emptiness in the house was unbearable. Every corner held a memory of him: the chair where he'd read to Michael, the kitchen counter where he would sit and chat with Sarah as she cooked, the hallway where Emily would run to him when he came home. Reality hit hard when the bills started piling up. Mark had always handled the finances, and now Sarah had to learn everything from scratch. She took on extra tutoring jobs in the evenings, but no amount of preparation could shield her from the questions her children asked. "Why did Dad leave us?" Emily asked one night, clutching her favorite stuffed animal. Michael, on the other hand, acted out in school, his grief manifesting as anger. Sarah tried to comfort him, but how could she reassure her children when she was barely holding herself together? Despite everything, Sarah found comfort in the kitchen. Cooking had always been her way of expressing love, and now it became her way of coping. Tonight, she had planned a special dinner: honey-glazed chicken and homemade fries. As she coated the chicken in honey and spices, she felt a flicker of warmth in her chest. Cooking for her children wasn't just about feeding them. It was about creating moments of connection and normalcy in an otherwise turbulent life. When Michael and Emily came into the kitchen, the smell of the chicken roasting in the oven made him smile. "What's for dinner, Mom?" Michael asked, his tone lighter than it had been in days. Sarah turned to him with a smile, something sweet, something savory, and a whole lot of love. Sarah's journey wasn't just about navigating grief and parenting. It was also about battling societal judgment, the whispers from neighbors, the unsolicited advice from acquaintances, and the pity look from other moms at school events felt like an added weight. A boy needs a father figure, one neighbor had said, her tone dripping with condescension. Sarah wanted to scream. Don't they see how hard she was trying? Didn't they realize that no one chose this path willingly? But instead of letting the criticisms break her, Sarah used it as fuel. She was determined to prove that her children could thrive even without Mark. Sarah knew she couldn't do it alone. She joined a local support group for widows where she met women who had walked similar paths. They shared ideas, tears, and most importantly, hope. She also found mentors for her children. Michael's football coach became a positive male influence, teaching him discipline and teamwork. Emily, meanwhile, blossomed in her dance classes, where her teacher encouraged her to express herself freely. Through these small but significant steps, Sarah began to rebuild their lives. While Sarah's story stems from widowhood, single parenthood comes in many forms. Divorce, abandonment, and unplanned pregnancies are just some of the reasons women find themselves raising children alone. Society often unfairly stigmatizes single mothers, forgetting the incredible resilience it takes to shoulder the responsibilities of two parents. Single motherhood isn't a failure. It's a testament to strength, love, and the unbreakable bond between a parent and their children. For single mothers, establish routines. Simple rituals like shared meals can bring comfort and stability. Seek support. Community groups, therapists, and friends can offer invaluable help. Embrace mentors. Find trusted adults who can serve as positive role models for your children. For society, end the stigma. Recognize the strength it takes to raise children alone and offer encouragement instead of judgment. Provide resources. Communities should offer affordable childcare, mental health services, and mentorship programs for single-parent families. As Sarah served dinner that evening, the aroma of honey-glazed chicken filled the air. Michael and Emily giggled as they fought over the crispiest fries. Their laughter a sweet reminder of why Sarah worked so hard. Her story reminds us that behind every single parent is a person striving to create a loving home. Let's support them, not judge them. If this story inspired you, share it with someone who might need encouragement. Subscribe to Podcast with Sheila for more real-life stories and inspiring cooking episodes. Together, we can celebrate the resilience of families in all their forms and create a kinder, more supportive world. Thank you for listening, and remember, even in life's darkest moment, love and hope can light the path.